They have come out with innovation. Now they are leaders in this innovation. I would like to congratulate each and every one, including the management, doctors, scientists, and other researchers for this great task, responsibility they have undertaken. I am happy to note that Bharat Biotech has delivered more than 4 billion doses of vaccine worldwide and has a product portfolio of more than 16 vaccines and 4 biotherapeutics, including vaccines for hepatitis B, influenza, polio, and rotavirus. I also recall when I was Union Minister, company's Rotavac vaccine for prevention of rotavirus diarrhea launched by the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi on March 2015. I was present on that occasion. Subsequently, in December 2019, as was mentioned by Suchitraji, I had launched Rotavac 5D at Uparashtrapati. Vaccines have been critical in the prevention and control of diseases for over 1,000 years. However, the process of vaccine development has advanced considerably since Edward Jenner developed a vaccine to create immunity to smallpox in 1796. Now, we have vaccine for a number of diseases, including diarrhea, tetanus, cholera, plague, typhoid, and tuberculosis. Technological development in the last 100 years has led to an unprecedented pace of vaccine research and development. Pandemic sweeping across the entire globe over last year and a half has posed a huge challenge to the scientists. Of course, it's a challenge to the humanity, also to the science. It's truly amazing how scientists have built upon their vast research experience and developed several vaccines less than a year. Glad that I'm with one such useless team, brilliant scientists, who has developed an effective vaccine in a very short time frame. I compliment each one of you on this outstanding work. I appreciate the optimism and dynamism that Dr. Krishna Yalla and Dr. Suchitra Yalla have brought to this. He has been playing an important role in the pharmaceutical field globally. Today, India is supplying over 50% of vaccines. It is the largest producer of generic drugs. Indian pharma firms are supplying over 80% of the antiretroviral drugs globally to combat AIDS. Quite appropriately, it has earned global appreciation as the pharmacy of the world. In terms of pharmaceutical production volume, India ranks third in the world. I'm told that India's domestic pharmaceutical market is estimated at US $42 billion in 2021, likely to reach $120-130 billion by 2030. While India is known as the pharmacy of the world, I'm quite pleased that Hyderabad has emerged as the hub for vaccine and bulk drugs. Told that Hyderabad accounts for 40% of the bulk drugs manufactured in India and meets about 50% of the exports bulk drugs. I'm pleased to note that Hyderabad has also turned into a biotechnology hub, with the Genome Valley driving the growth in this sector. Hyderabad, of course, has got a great potential. The most favored city in India. Not only in India, even foreigners, whoever comes to India, they find Hyderabad suitable in many ways and they like it. I'm pleased to note that this progress is happening thanks to the support of the people, also the ingenious, hard-working people that are available in this region, support that is extended by state and central governments. My dear sisters and brothers, I compliment Bharat Biotech for coming out with the indigenous Covaxin in a record time by collaborating with ICMR, National Institute of Virology. Few other Indian companies have also raced against time to produce COVID-19 vaccine. Some more are in the pipeline. I am glad the government of India has not only stepped up vaccine development but also expanded the laboratory network, expediting testing and pre-release certification of the vaccine. Some time back, there was a suggestion and request to set up a testing facility. After coming to know of it immediately, I talked to our health doctor. He has promised to get it. Now I am told on a positive note that this testing facility, rightly, not because it's my place, it is because of the place happening. We have a lot of laboratories here, a lot of manufacturers here. But the central drug laboratories have been being located in Hyderabad. Give encouragement to the people. I would like to compliment the state government for providing the necessary support. We, the nation, should quickly ramp up our ecosystem support and health infrastructure. Glad that Government of India, the state governments and the private sector have prioritized this critical need and collaborative action been initiated. We should not leave everything and look to government for each and every possible. तो मेंटालिटी है हमारा भारत, सब काम सरकार करेगा, बेकार बैठे तो भी चलेगा, ऐसा नहीं चलेगा. The experience shows that people has to participate in the developmental story of the country. Then only it will catch up the required. Huge country, huge population, also regional diversities, various other problems. So we need to foster the development, speed up the development. The Prime Minister gave a 3-line advice. He said he always believes in reform, perform and transform. Reform, perform and transform. Transformation of the nation is very much required. That can happen only if private and public sector come together. And if the well-meaning people in private sector join this movement with a passion to serve the nation, that will really pick up further momentum. Medical profession, the noble profession, like a mission, not simply for commission. Do not give any remission or do any omission, because it is a passion for the nation. So the passion with which Krishna, Dr. Krishna Yella, and her team are all working is to serve the nation. I don't know how far it's going to be economically viable, the amount of pressure that was brought in. Even I called them once and told them to reduce the price of the vaccine further. They were already reduced by the time, but still, the problem is huge. Demand also is huge. Unless you have a passion to serve the nation, you will not be able to do it. And it was urgency that has made the government to request. Leave it to the market forces. And the temporary decline in COVID cases in most part of our country should not make us complacent. My advice, scientists, to the people also. Ho gaya. Never think about it. And we don't know what is going to happen. I am confident With the cooperation of people like you, the knowledge we have among our people, there is something inherent in our people, right from a Taddy Tapper to the scientists. There is some hidden talent. See what is happening to the multinational companies across the globe. Many of the companies are headed by Indians. Why? Doctors in the US, out of 10 doctors in the US, at least 3 or 4 will be from India. And even American people, they prefer an Indian doctor who is working in an American hospital because they have confidence. And now also the efficacy of our vaccine, Covaxin vaccine, is so high because proved by the research and experience. And also the confidence people across the globe, they have about the Indian knowledge and Indian research. We should take this particular period as a breathing space, as an opportune moment for getting our act together so that we can face any subsequent health challenges with greater confidence and commitment. As we started playing, neglecting with the nature, nature is showing its fury. This is one important lesson all of us, the people of India, should learn. Not only people of India, worldwide, see the catastrophes that are happening, the disasters that are happening, even so-called advanced countries like America, Canada, the heat waves. There is a message that we have mishandled nature and nature is manhandling us. So we have to get back and try to be friendly with the nature. That's why I suggest that nature, culture together for a better future. Let us live in a friendly manner with the nature. Whatever natural assets we had, we have successfully destroyed them, most of them. And again, we are now trying to rebuild the village ponds, the forests. I can share with you in my village, from my village to go to my mother's native place, from there to go to her grandmother's place, hardly 2 kilometers. But after 3, elders used to advise us, don't go. Those days there is no motor transport and all. Either you have to go by bullock cart or you have to walk. That's why we were healthy also at that time. Because nowadays there is no movement. Now. Everything is closed. And also motorized, including minds sometimes. Conditioned. Minds are also getting conditioned. So there, I asked them why. After 3 means there are forests in between, forest. And then there will be a lot of fellows, bandicoots, who will be attacking you. Today, if I go to my village or my grandmother's village, there is not even a tree worth the name. Forget about the forest. Successfully destroyed all. This is the story of the entire country. The forest cover has come down. Now we are trying to rebuild. Even water. Water, there is going to be a challenge on the waterfront because we have successfully encroached upon water bodies. Water harvesting possible provided if there is space to reserve it. Like that, even air pollution, the problem of pollution. And also the sunlight. We are successfully trying to prevent sunlight entering the house. Recently, I come here, I live in my granddaughter's house. I have 2 sons, children, granddaughters, and also daughter's daughter. So I went there, newly acquired house. So I was moving around, I went to the washroom and opened the tap. Most of the water was coming on me rather than going to the sink. Then I went around, and then each room is having 30, 40 lights, but there is no proper light. So I said, what is this here? Who constructed this? Who is the architect? They said, there is one lady. I call her. because I don't leave things like that. But I have that nature from the beginning. Then one lady came, she introduced herself. I said, so I took her to washroom and then asked her to open the tap and then observe what is happening. Once he said, sir, nowadays people are preferring shallow fashion. Same thing with regard to sofas also. You sit down on low level sofas and you get back pain, and then you have to go to a doctor. Many things like that. I don't want to dwell more on that. So I told her, what is this, ma? She said, sir, this is a fashion. Then I told her, I asked her, do you know Telugu? She said, yes. Then I told her, Saukaryama, Saundaryama. Her fashion or comfort. What do you require? Saukaryam means comfort. Saundaryam means beauty. This is another weakness that has come to our system. So we must live the nature and be friendly with the nature. Nature will take care. We were discussing, I was asking Krishna and Suchitra to make some research scientists, Mohan and others, to study. So I have a feeling that the rural people are less affected by COVID and the urban people are more. Not that because I was a rural development minister, later I was an urban development minister also. But I am a farmer's son and all. Of course, I have liking for rural people because they are really sustaining our nation. Why less cases? One boy and I was talking like this. He said, sir, in the recent past there were cases in rural areas also. I said, fellows like you might have gone to villages and then spread this. Otherwise, by the normal sense, villages because of the hard work, because they live with the nature, they work under sun, they walk, they do everything. Here there is no physical activity as well as no exposure to nature. So we must really plan. Everything should go in association with the nature. That has to be kept. And there are certain amount of. I'm talking to the people also. Don't think that I am advising scientists and all. When I speak here, it is telecast, or it will be telecasted across the nation. I have been stressing everywhere one lifestyle, sedentary lifestyle. People have to change it. No movement at all. Simply getting down from the cot and then going to bathroom. There also there is no question of bending. Then earlier we used to bend down and take water. Now you have this thing. Every water comes on your head. You need not bend and take water. Earlier you want to go to toilet. People has to bend. Now no need. Commode. I am not telling that everybody should go back to those days and all. And also you want to, if there is a caller from outside, you have to go and pick up the phone. Now there is no need. Phone is coming to you. And also you want to open the door, one has to go after hearing call. Everything has become mechanical. And you get down and then get into a car, then get down and go to your office, and then get onto a table, this chair, and then get down, and then again get into car, then go back home, and then get onto a bed. Where is the physical activity? Some amount of physical activity should be there, so that you will be more innovative. There is an exposure to nature. Fresh ideas will come to your mind. One. Second is food, lifestyle, along with lifestyle, food. These are two important things. Food also. We have such huge varieties of food, but we are tempted to go to the food. I am not against the Western food or this thing, burger, pizza, I don't know, many of those names also. They might be suitable to those conditions, weather conditions there. For our Indian conditions, pizza, burger, they will not work. Is it proven? But weakness again because of westernization, We have a tendency, everything has to be. You go to restaurants also, they change the name. Chicken Manchuria. You have such a nice Chettinad chicken, not Kodi Pulusu. Name, Manchuria. Why should we run for Manchuria, Bulgaria, Romania? And we have our own varieties. Lot of, we were talking about food products that are being developed, about Chintapandu Pachadi, Pata Chintakai Pachadi. How tasty it is, I can't tell you. Unless you eat, you will not be able to understand. The old tamarind chutney, grandmother's, this thing. Nature has given you. We should really eat food which is cooked, not frozen. Secondly, which is suitable to Indian conditions. And our forefathers have prescribed morning food, afternoon food, food for this southern region, food for northern region, because temperature varies. All these things, time tested, thousands of years of civilization. We have to revisit that and adjust our lives accordingly. But at the same time, you can't revisit old times. You have to move forward because new challenges are coming. So you have to come out with new innovations. That is the duty of the youngsters, that's the duty of the scientists, researchers. Research for what? To make the life of the people more comfortable. One, comfortable, more happy. It's not simply comfort that makes you happiness. Something else. So you need to plan and find out and make out such research, come out with such innovations. Now we are now moving from vaccine to needle to nozzle. More simple, more easy, and it will be, people also will be receptive. Otherwise, this vaccine, people have this hesitancy is because of some illusions created by some people for no reason. And also the fear of vaccine means injection. I remember those days, during our younger days, when announcements used to be made for the chicken pox and all vaccine, people coming, we used to run away from homes because they are thinking that something is going to happen. So you have to educate the people. The media, both print and electronic media, they have a greater role. The leadership in the medical fraternity, political fraternity, they have a greater role in educating the people, in making the people ready for vaccination. There is no other substitute as on now for vaccination. Of course, physical fitness, lifestyle changes, and then making your body immune resistance. All these things are there, but at the same time, once you are affected, the only way is vaccination. The future preventive step also. We have to really educate people. I'm told that over 45 crore vaccine doses have been administered across the nation till today, the world's largest vaccination drive. The urgent task is to vaccinate all people as quickly as possible. People are saying, when are you going to vaccine? It cannot be done overnight also. This has to be understood. First of all, you have to prepare the people. Then you have to manufacture vaccines also. Then you have to reach the vaccines also. This is all happening with a tremendous speed. It should be really navigated further and reach out to all people needy. And for that, public should also play an important role. I'm sure this immunization drive will pick up pace in the months ahead. The Government of India intends to vaccinate all eligible adults by the year end. I would also like to once again emphasize that the vaccination drive should become a pan-India Jana Andolan with increased participation from all sections of the life, irrespective of caste, creed, sex, religion, and region. Everybody should get vaccinated. There is no room for vaccine hesitancy. I appeal to everyone to come forward and get immunized by taking the required doses of vaccine. There is no other more powerful way to protect ourselves and people around us. Advantage of vaccination for outweigh the perceived drawbacks, and this message should be driven home loud and clear to every nook and corner of the country. In fact, it's now clear that the vaccination is preventing hospitalization and severe disease when infected. The media also needs to highlight this aspect and educate the masses on the gains of vaccination. At the same time, I would like to appeal to the people to continue wearing the masks whenever they go out. Masking, physical distancing, it is not social distancing. A surakshit duri hai. Safe distance, not social distance can be misunderstood. Social distance means you are socially keeping them at distance and all. Surakshita duri. I suggested the name, Indian name Surakshita duri, safe distance. And also educate the people about personal hygiene. Personal hygiene. Let us be responsible citizens and not behave in a careless manner by violating COVID protocols. I also appeal to leaders of various political parties and their followers to follow COVID appropriate behavior. It is the duty of each one of us to act responsibly. We cannot afford to invite the third wave. My dear sisters and brothers, you are front-ranking scientists who are finding solutions to a very difficult and complex problem. The nation is grateful to you. I would like to salute all those scientists and other researchers who have joined this movement to come out with some solutions, including vaccination. You have done a great job. The nation is grateful to you. I am pleased to note that you are also developing vaccine for children as well. This is very much required because vaccine after spreading to adults, it will look somewhere it has to enter now, so children. So that also I am told that research is also in an advanced stage. It is the need of the hour to expedite the development of COVID vaccine for our children. You have set new benchmarks, and I am sure you will continue your tireless search for excellence. Search for research, search for excellence. We need to be excellent among the world community, among the others. Everybody should have that aim. The constantly mutating virus poses unforeseen challenges and forces us to find solutions that will save lives and protect livelihoods. We have to individually and collectively contribute to this national and international effort. We have to learn from the past experience and move on with great determination and courage. I was happy when Krishna was explaining that they are working with different agencies, organizations across the globe, and they are learning from their experience. That's a good civilization. We are only supreme. We are the fine. There is always exposure, interaction, working together will make you more strong, more knowledgeable. And we have to learn from the past experiences and move on with greater determination and courage. Time to act is now. Now is the time to take decisive steps together. Together, the vaccine supplies must be stepped up rapidly. The vaccine must be administered to all as quickly as possible. Once again, I am very happy to have visited Bharat Biotech and its facilities. My best wishes to all of you who are all working here and also in other facilities across the country. I also would like to extend my best wishes for you for the other areas where you are working, including food. Food is an important. Nobody can live without food. So food has to be nutritious, has to be tasted, has to be tested, and also has to be made available to the people, the good food. And in that, we must also take care to see that our agricultural community, agriculture is our basic culture. They are backbone of our economy. See the entire COVID, if there is one sector which is totally not affected, is agri sector. 6.3% increase in production in spite of all these adversities. Of course, pharma sector is different. Agriculture is. So that proves the need to further strengthen agriculture. Agriculture can be strengthened by one of the methods of value addition. That is what is required. So there is a need for research in that value addition also, because still we are depending on import because one is lack of knowledge, second is the weakness. West is the best. That sort of a mindset. Otherwise, how can anybody explain potato chips importing? Potato. There is potato production in country. Lot of potatoes are going waste. But you are importing chips. Tomato ketchup. But that also we are importing brand. That ketchup and all. Can't we produce tomato ketchup in our country and bring value to our people? The food processing people and people who are working in other areas, they should focus more on this also, because that will be helping the agriculture community also. Friends, as I told you, I was really impressed about the story, about the vaccine, Bharat Biotech growth and all. Today, having come here and then having seen the presentation of the entire process and also the people working here, I really feel overwhelmed. God bless you all. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. Thank you for taking us back in thought to the good old days. Thank you for reminding us that we are on a mission. Such motivation will surely make all of us at Bharat Biotech go an extra mile to do whatever we can to safeguard global public health. I now request